everybody, and welcome back to our third time lesson. Today we're going to be reminding ourselves about half past times. So again, you will need your clock you've made. So if you haven't got it with you, go and get it. Also, we're going to start by warming our brains up with some number recognition today. So I've got a game we can play. We can play some of it together, but also it's quite a nice game if you've got a grown-up or a brother or sister you can play with too. So I'll show you how to play now, and hopefully somebody will be able to play with you a bit later if they can't play with you now. So here's my game. It's called Paint the Squares. Okay, now we're going to play Paint the Squares today with quite a lot of different numbers, with numbers all the way up to 100. If you think I'm not feeling that confident with numbers up to 100, that's fine. When you play with your grown-up, you might want to pick some different numbers. But today we're going to have a go at those numbers to 100. It is tricky. So before we start, we're going to have a look at our 100 square. So it starts here at 1, okay, and we've got all of our single digits here until we get to 10. Then after that, we have got all of our numbers here that are our teen numbers, our 110 numbers. Remember, there are the tricky ones, 11 and 12, that don't make that teen sound. And then we begin our 20 numbers, our 210 numbers. These are all of our 20 numbers until we get to here when it changes to 3 tens, and that is our 30. Then we have all of our 30 numbers. Our 3 tens will make 30 until we get to here when it changes to 4 tens, which is our 40 numbers. Here are our 40 numbers until we get here when it changes to 5 tens, which these means will be our 50 numbers. Then it changes to 6 tens. So all of these numbers are our 60 numbers. Then it changes to 7 tens. So these are our 70 numbers. Then it changes to 8 tens. So these are our 80 numbers. And then it changes to 9 tens. These are our 90 numbers until we get here. And suddenly we have no ones, no tens, but we do have 100. Okay, so we're going to have a go with these today. Like I said, you might be able to play this a bit later yourself so you can press the numbers yourself. So someone tells you a number and you find the number on the 100 square and you can splat it. You can pick any colour you like. So you can have yellow or pink or orange or different blues, okay? And you can make a little pattern when you find the number. So somebody might say to you, find the number 57. Find the number 57. So you'll look along 50 and I look, where are all the numbers that have 5 tens for 50? And I look, here are all the numbers that have 5 tens. So it must be here. And just like when we're counting at the beginning and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of our tens do the same here. So I found my 50 numbers and I've found 50, got to find 57. So there's 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, and I'm going to splat it. Okay. I'm going to change colour for my next one. The next number I'm going to find is 83. 83 I fancy. So I look and I find my 80 numbers. Here is the line with all those 8 tens, 80 numbers, and 83 is here. 83. Fantastic. Right, next one, I want you to find it with your finger. I would like you to find 69. 69. Can you find 69? So just like I did, find those 6 tens for the 60 numbers and then 9. So I know it's going to be near the end. I hope you found it here. It's 69. Fantastic. Okay. This time I want you to find it with your finger. I want you to find me 14. 14. Remember where those teen numbers are? I hope you said right at the top, Miss Brown. 14. 4 ones. 110, and we say that teen number 14. There it is. Well done. Okay, with your finger, I would like you to find me 41. Off you go. 41. Can you find 41? Could be easy to find that. You find the 40s. The first line in the 40s, 41. There it is. Okay. Going to give you another one. I'd like you to find me 98. Oh, that's a big number. 98. Find those 90 numbers. These have got 1 10, 2s, 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, 8 10s, 9 10s, 9 10s, and 8 1s, 98. There it is. Okay, I would like you to find me another number. I would like you to find me 19. 19. Back to those teen numbers. Where was the 19? Hope you found it quite quickly. It's there, 19. Brilliant. Okay, one more. We can't play this game without me saying to you, find 100. So hopefully you find that one really easy. Right down the bottom here, 100. No ones, no tens, but 100. Fantastic, well done. Okay, so the link is on there if you would like to play that yourself, but that is our Splat Square game, so you can find those numbers. So back to time. Hopefully you've got your clocks ready. Yesterday we did what time? I hope you said lots of o'clock times, Miss Brown. And how do we know that it's an o'clock time? When I look at the clock, how do I know it's an o'clock time? I hope you said that the long hand points up at the top, up at the 12. It's o'clock to the top. It points at the top of the clock. Here is the one we did yesterday. Look, 12 o'clock. The long hand points to that 12. Now, half past times we're doing today. So, o'clock was to the top. Half past times, I always say, cut it in half, half past, because it's like cutting our clock in half. The long hand was pointing at the 12 for the o'clock times, but when I cut that clock in half, it points at the 6 at the bottom. So half past times are always with that long hand pointing down to the bottom, down to the 6. So I do o'clock to the top, cut it in half, half past. That's how I remember it. So have a look at my clock on the screen. It has a half past chime. I know that because the long hand, that minute hand, is pointing down at the bottom of the clock at the 6. It's cut my clock in half, so it's a half past chime to the 6. It's half past something, but half past what? And this is the very tricky thing about half past times. Half past times, and I'm going to use my pen to show you because this is tricky. We've got that long hand points, it's half past time, so it's not o'clock, there's o'clock, down to the 6, it's half past. And then this shorthand, if I draw a line, it's sort of in between the 11 and 12, isn't it? So when we do half past times, the clue's in the words half past, so it is just past. So that shorthand is pointing just past 11, isn't it? So it is half past 11, and that is the bit that tricks people out often. You can't have the shorthand pointing exactly at 11. It has to be just past. It has to be just past the hour that it is half past. It is tricky, but that is something to look out for today. So I'm going to show you my next slide. There is a time. What time is it? Have a look at my clock. This looks like some of the clocks we have at school in our classroom. What time is on it? That's right, it is a half past time. That long hand is pointing down at the 6. This has got a very long hand on it, pointing down at that 6. It's a half past time. It's half past what? So that shorthand, the hand, is just past what hour? It is just past what hour? It is just past the number 8, isn't it? So it is half past 8. It's tricky, but you did a good job. Half past 8. So I'm going to tell you a time and you're going to make it. I would like you to get your clocks that you've made, and I'd like you to make me half past 2. Half past 2. Can you make me half past 2? Where does the long hand go when it's half past? It cuts that clock in half, so it points down at that 6. And it is half past 2. So that little shorthand should be just past the 2. Does it look like mine? Half past 2. Hopefully it does. Long hand down at that 6, cutting that clock in half. The shorthand pointing just past the 2. Half past 2. Okay, I'm going to give you another time to make on your clocks. A half past time. I would like you to make me half past 5. Half past 5. So remember the things we talked about? Where's that long hand going to go? For a half past time. And it's 5:30. So that shorthand just past what hour? Okay, show me it. It should look like mine. That long hand is pointing down at the 6 for the half past, and that shorthand is just past the 5. In between the 5 and the 6, it's gone just past the 5. 5:30. Well done if you did that one. Okay, I'm going to show you another time. What time is this? What time is this? Have a look at it. Look where that long hand is. That long hand is pointing down at the 6. You might have noticed this clock has a second hand on it, so it counts how many seconds we are passing. We don't need to worry about that today, though. We're looking at this long hand here, pointing down at the 6. It's a half past time. It's cut my clock in half. Here it is, cutting my clock in half. Half past. Half past what, though? Half past, which is just past the... It's tricky, in between that 5 and 4, but it's gone just past the 4. That's how we know it is 4:30. 4:30. That shorthand was on the 4, but it's just gone just past. It's heading towards 5, but it's not on 5 yet. It's 4:30. Very good. Okay, I'm going to ask you to make me a time now. I would like you to make me 9:30. 9:30. So think about where your long hand needs to go for a half past time. I'm making mine 9:30. Long hand, where does it go? And then that short hand, where does that go? 9:30. I think I've made it. Are you ready? Let's go. Ready? Show me. That's right. Well done. Long hand at the 6 for a half past time. Short hand just past the 9. So it is 9:30. Brilliant. Okay, going to give you one more to go. I'd like you this time to make me 6:30. 6:30. Another tricky one, sometimes one that tricks people out. So see if you can make it 6:30. Okay, ready? Show me. Does it look like mine? My long hand is pointing down to this 6 because it is a half past time. But also, my short hand is just past the 6 as well because it is 6:30. On its way round to 7 o'clock, but it's not there yet. It's 6:30. Well done. I've had lots of different times to learn over the last 2 days, so you're doing a good job. So today we have got the games that we played yesterday. So you could either play your favourite game from yesterday or you can try a different one. So there is bingo you can play with some half past times. There is a card game where you turn all the cards and you have to turn them over and say what the time is, make it with your clock or write it down or say the words. And there is a computer game, a game you can play on the computer, which shows you how to make half past clocks and you match them. They're matching pairs. Okay, so then there are 3 different games you can choose from today. I've also got a reasoning rabbit challenge because you are getting so clever. You all need a challenge. So it'd be really good if you could give our reasoning rabbit a challenge today because there are a few mistakes that people have made on the reasoning rabbit. Can you be a teacher and work out what has got wrong and how they can make it better? So that is our lesson today. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, tomorrow is our non-screen day. So there won't be any videos, you won't be able to see us, but we've sent lots of fun activities home that you can choose from. And some of them are all about time, but this is about timing yourself, competitions. So using lots of different times. How many minutes does it take to do things? How many seconds does it take to do things? Or for longer things, how many hours? So I hope you have a lovely day tomorrow on Screen Free Day and you do lots of great things. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.